Hello everyone and welcome to the 33rd stream from Farley Park. Currently here in the city themed area looking over what we did in the last stream, which was this facade here to our second restaurant in this area. You just hop out of Teju Cam like so. So yes, last week we built this. So happy with how this building has turned out. And yeah, with just using all the beams for the detailing. So happy with how that's turned out. So today I was thinking either we can continue with the facades, because there's only, think about this, is this one which will have the lockers, there's the cinema, so really there's like only 3 or 4 left, or we can do some work somewhere else around the park. I know there's obviously some spooky area things. Actually what we could do today is try and get the kind of the main part of the area, which is all of this stuff, done today. That'd be quite a good one to do. So that's one option. Could continue working on some of the steampunk stuff, or kind of more around the edges of the park. But I think I mentioned it earlier, I think actually I want to try and finish off the spooky area today. So let's see, well if we're going to do that, well I say finish the spooky area, still got a whole Darkrai and all of this left to do, so not fully finish it, but like, you know, get this stuff done here. I do want to get like a nice tree line around the back there. Do the key line for this ride. Build the entrance up. Do our information booth. So there's a few things I want to get done in this area, but like the main path through here now is almost done. So I think that's what we're going to focus on today. Let me just start with kind of seeing how do I want to do this. I think it'd be kind of cool if our little water shop here was actually 2 things high. So it went up to about there. And then we put a roof on it, so it would look quite cool and also kind of obscure the flat ride a bit from further back in the area, which, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I want to do with that. So we'll leave that there. Have a nice tall building. And this is not going to be an easy one. I think the main part is going to be kind of a regular. How tall is a regular wall? It's here. So I think the main part of the building will be 1 story tall. However, the entrance to it is there. I feel like if we have this as an extension, hang on, let me just get my castle wall pieces out so I know how tall I need to make this. So what I was thinking is we could then have the main part, right, okay, which is here, be 2 stories tall. Like so. But then I kind of want to put 3 large towers in, which would be once again another story. That's not right, is it? 1, 2, 3. I've got the height. Kind of like this. It's got these 3 giant towers. The one problem is this tiny part of the Darkrai building isn't quite covered. And you walk in, you basically have this huge, it's a nice viewpoint actually from just here. You'd see one of the towers, and it does block off most of the Darkrai building from back here. Yeah, you just basically be able to see that section there. And I feel like with a few more trees around there we could fully block that off. Just grab this, put it like there, and just raise it up a bit to be kind of like so. From here, that blocks it off quite nicely. I need to sort this part out. And I think also that means from back here, yeah, so that's all blocked off now. That works. And then we just got to hide the last few bits around the side here. Let's see if we've got any of those that might be big enough. What I might do as well is just delete some of these trees. Let's fill it with the trees I've been using around the rest of the area. Here they are. So this is 1. That's 2. 3 is the smallest. That's what I'm using there. So let's try 2. Remember, I can't actually have it intruding into the dark ride, which makes this a little more difficult. If I do this like that, it's still in the ground, but it covers it up quite nicely. Nice. You can still kind of tell that there's a building there, but the foliage is dense enough, I think. Cool. So that's the plan. And then any other buildings that I need to do? I feel like I'm just going to leave the op cabin like it is on this ride. Maybe I'll theme it, we'll see. Obviously the sky ride needs figuring out at some point, but that's going to be a big project. But I think it's going to be basically roof at this point, and then we'll have like maybe a big tower to cover up the machinery. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything around here. It does look quite cool seeing that tower there. Also, you can see the hypercoast just in the background, that's nice. But actually, once you get into the area, it's pretty well hidden. Can't really, I think you could probably see it only from this plaza. Yeah, and I haven't even put any of the trees in there, so it might actually completely hidden from the area, which would be amazing. Is there any other section where there may be a problem with the dark ride? I think the bridge, I've hidden it well enough with the trees. Yeah, there's a small gap. No, there won't be a small gap, that's where the tower's going. Nice, I think we're alright for sightlines then. Can't think of any other ones. Maybe through here? Nope, tower would be in the way. Ah. From round the back here you can see it. Maybe I'll leave it. I think I just need to just build it before I actually have a think about that. Right, I'm going to use this small building as a way to kind of get into the theme. Something I like to do before taking on a really large building is doing the same style on a much smaller one. This is going to be fairly simple. Now, but should I do a tower on top of this, or? I think now I really do put one of those on. The flat roof looks awful. Or I can do the haunted house tower roof. I think that looks quite nice until we've got this one here as well. If I just done... Oh no, so I have done slightly different colours here. 1, 2, 3, 4, got it. Oh hang on, this has different colours. So I think that's got to be that one. That's that one, and then this is that. Yep, pretty much matched it. Let's just see what it's like if I put it on here. 3 towers would be like so. So it would be this. And this again. Oh, that looks pretty cool. How tall is it though? It is pretty noticeable. What if I lowered it by half? So actually the wall to get this correct size. So what if I put them there? Just delete that for a second. How does that look? Oh yeah, I think that works pretty well as well. Nice. Okay. Now I'm thinking, should I do the same roof on the toilets? I think the toilet is fine actually. Looks quite nice with the clock there. Sure, I got a little sign somewhere that lets you know it's a toilet block. I guess you can see through that, can't you? Do you think I need anything in here? I feel like I should probably put some cobwebs actually. Which tab is cobwebbing? Here they are. Start with some cooler ones first. I'll take this, put it down in the corner. Nice. That looks way more spooky now. I think that's enough. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? Just a bit of extra detail on the inside there. Just make sure I've got this centered. That there. Nice. There's quite a bit to how spooky that looks now. I quite like it. Alright. Let's see. I know what I do want to do is have some spooky purple lighting. Also, how centered have I got this? Okay. It's kind of in the middle. Also, why is this still here? I thought I was putting them outside of the lands. Now I have to check. Yes, I don't understand why that is still there. That can go, which is good. It gives me a bit more space to do some cool things. Put another spooky tree in its place. What I do want to do actually, I want to try and line up the emergency escape path. Tell you what, let me just right, that's the middle. Okay, what I need to do first, I need to line it up here. Okay. That is now lined up with where the middle's going to be, so we can put a nice big door. Oh, we've got an autosave. Wow. Okay, now I've got to basically change everything about this. So that needs to go there. And here. Now this, okay, this is gonna cause some headaches. If I just do that, select the two of them, just rotate it ever so slightly, should be able to sort that out. Yes. As for this one, I guess we'll just make it connect to the house. And then I also have to move this tree and our temporary barrier. Nice. So now we'll have a really cool grand door, which will basically serve as the emergency exit of the attraction. Cool. I think next up, actually, I want to finish the queue line. So I've detailed like part of it, but there's a lot of it that still needs some work. Let's see. So this is all done. So I've got to do this little section here, then opens up into this, all the way around to here and that little section there. Alright, let's get the rocks out. Definitely using the smallest rock type, especially when I'm starting from around here. Cool. Get a few more around here. Coming up on the first grave. So it's right in the corner there. I think here we can go for a slightly bigger rock. And then if I surround it with smaller ones, it looks more... it looks bigger. Let me just do this. Cool. I've also covered up that tiny little bit of grass that sneaks in the back there. Cool. Because literally on the right the other side of this is Project Collider. It's right there. Let's see. I won't do this really tiny section yet because that looks like a nightmare to do. That might be a problem. You can hear the Project Collider music. I guess it doesn't really matter. You can't actually walk around this queue line in Tejikam anyway. And it's only a tiny corner. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's do some extra detailing here. Spooky. What have we got? Have I put the dead vines in everywhere? No. There's a couple of spots which we probably could have some. Could have one hugging the tree maybe. I love doing that technique, it looks so good. So we'll do that. And I think we'll whack another one. We could have one climbing the fence. And from the other side. Oh, hang on. It's clipping through now. I think we're missing one here, so we'll just put another of our curly ones. Nice. Right, now for the hard part. Although actually, let me have a think about this. I can just have them clip outside, so this is not going to be as difficult as I thought it would be. But first, I think a few more spooky props are needed. We have a crow sitting on a branch, maybe. I feel like that's too much effort for a scare maze that's only open for like a month. What else have we got here? Maybe have a skeleton that's animatronic that's not working. I think animatronics are like too much for a scare maze. I think it's the big problem. I definitely want to put one of these in there. This is spooky. Rack it around the back there, that's cool. So I want a couple of these as well. So put the pitchfork in. It's kind of hiding around the back there. We'll whack some more of these around here as well. Oh, just got to move this one slightly. There we go. And it's clipping again, so we'll just sort that out quickly. Nice. Looks pretty cool. Right, now for the fun part. This, I think, always brings it together. Take creosote bush 4. Go like this. Make sure it's not clipping on anything, and then basically place it everywhere. So we'll start with one here, whack another one, it'll hide up around there. Ah, is the bench clipping? I didn't even realise that one. Let's just move it along a bit. That solved the issue. So I'll whack another spooky bush in here. That's fine. I have to lower that a bit so it doesn't clip. There we go. So we should get one in here. I think that's the best, but now it's clipping through the back here. What's this? Something is like right at the bottom here. What is it? Is it the one that I've placed in here? Of course I can't select it. There we go. Yes, it's clipping ever so slightly. We'll just do that. That's it. That solved the problem. Around the back, it's easy. You just have it go through our fence because there's nothing there. Yeah, straight away it's brought in so much more life to the whole thing. Alright, let's bring this round here now. I don't want to put one of these. Kind of like that. And also around here. Just like so. Awesome, and straight away that's just really added a lot to the queue line. So there's just this and this part here left now. So there we go, we'll start with our rocks. I think, you know, looking at real Scare Maze queues, they put some light theming in, but not too much, because there's probably I think the story would change every few years. Like, they keep the theme, but they would change up what's actually inside. I think that's as many rocks as we're going to get in there. Maybe I can just put a little bit more there. Let's see. Put another rock in there. And a rock here. That's all the rocks done. Okay, that's just a fence. Can you imagine trying to key jump on this fence? Be a nightmare. Right, can we add any bits of theming around here? I think I can maybe get a few of the spooky gravestones in. Just get one in there. One around there. I mean, yeah, this thing is literally called the Crypt. We should probably have a few gravestones. Let's see what else. Probably look in the building tab. Anything interesting in here? Not really. I do want to check something at the other Scare Maze though. I do have a sign that says wait here, so I should probably get one of those in. How have I done it over there actually? So this is the battery area. Our sign is at the end, okay. So the sign would be here. Can I use one of these, or are these too big? Oh, that's massive. Yeah, they're just too big. I think we'll just do what I did with the other ones. I think it's a western sign. Yeah, it's this one. Please tell me that's not the dark one I just heard. It probably is. Oh well, once again, it doesn't really matter. Wait here. And one of them is really spooky. That one. Okay, I like that. That's good. Cool. And if you didn't know already, the plan is to have our third scare maze over here in the Viking area. I'll be building that when I build the rest of the Viking land. I have to say, now I've got this structure, the whole area seems so much more kind of imposing, and it's like the trees are kind of really overhanging the path, which is exactly what I wanted. Also, something I do want to try, because right now the lighting is mostly provided by these torches, so I wonder, we've got this massive tree in the middle of the cube, two large trees. What if I got some kind of nice purple uplighting? I think I've done this actually around the Raven's Wing key. There's a couple of trees, yeah, like here, where I've put a purple light shining up at it. I've also got this this bit around the back here, which means I need to go around here and make all the lights visible. Yeah, click for lights. Got a sign just so I can do that. Also, I don't think I've actually shown this yet. I've redone the lighting around Phantom. Oh, the trigger sequence it wasn't working, so I've redone that. Anyway, back to doing our nice purple lights. Where is it? Props, lights. It's these spotlights I want to use. Just get a nice dark purple. That looks very nice. I should need to add a few more, I think, around. I need to put another one in there. Just raise it up slightly. And then another one here, really. I think this one I can lower a bit as well. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Right, let me just grab all three. Oh no, not that. Not the tree, I want the light. Nice, and we will duplicate these over to the other tree in the queue line, which is over the back here. Let's see, where can I put the three lights? Put one there. This one can move to be in the corner. I will lower it as well. Same with that one. Just like so. And finally, oh, this one's really buried in there. Oh. I think I'll basically move this one to be just slightly off to the side. Like so. That's nice. Shall I do it with this dead tree as well? What do you think? Back in the chat. Shall I do the nice purple uplighting on this dead tree around here as well? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Where is it? It is over here in the corner. Right, I'm going to start by positioning this one, which goes there, and the other ones we will move slightly to be in the right position. Please, I got the right tree. I have got the right tree. Oh yes, that looks really nice. Okay, let's just go back to daytime and see how the lights look. They're definitely noticeable, but not kind of, you wouldn't really be looking at them, so I think it works fine. I've also just realised I forgot to put one of the creosote bushes in quite an important spot, so we'll just do that one now. That spot being right here, and that should help hide our lights a little bit. That in. And finally, connect the line to surface. Just want to get some around there, and else just in the corner. Oh wow, look at all the bushes I've got around the back here now. I should probably get a large rock right there. We'll do that in just a second, because I've also noticed. I'll just do that. We'll do this. Cool, let's just get that large rock in place. So that would definitely help. I think this will work the best. Just need a gigantic rock. Really like that. Oh, it just clips through ever so slightly. So we'll just move that like so. There. That looks good. I think round the back here I'm just going to fill it in with some of the green bushes. Yeah, these ones. Can't see a thing. Yeah, we'll just do that. Nice. Now it looks like it's been overgrown for a bit. In fact, let me just finish doing this up to the kind of the end points just around here. Just, yeah, nice. Now it looks a little bit more grown rather than there being just trees everywhere. Okay, what have we still got left? I think it's just whacking in the bushes around here now. Where have I ended up? Okay, I've got one. Let's see. This part is going to be so hard because there's almost no room to put them in. So these placements are going to have to be absolutely perfect. Example there, it's going out into the pathway too much. It's probably about as far as I can bring them out. Don't think there's really another piece that does this to the same effect, which is quite annoying. Definitely can't use that. That doesn't work either. Number 3 has the weird flowers on it. Yeah, kind of have to go with creosote bush at number 4. It's that misses almost no room to play with. So we'll do this, bring it around the side here. Once again, just no room to kind of have a few bits poking out. Every single one has to be placed absolutely perfectly, otherwise it just goes into the path too much. So we'll do this. Like this I think I can accept, small things like that, but can't really get anything in here. What we could actually do instead is use one of our... Actually, we can take one of our dead trees. One of the little ones. Yeah, number 5 is perfect for this. Just whack one of those in there to do the same effect, like so. See, around here I've got a few bits. I think the last section now is just here. And once again, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to get these placements right. Just go too low, really. Actually, this might work, 'cause this is more of like a spike section of it. Yes. Place a few of these around, and I think the last one probably needs to go in around here, sink it into the ground a little, and I think that's our queue line done. I could probably use here just to see if I have done it all. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so that's part 1. Wow, I would have been going for like 45 minutes. Maybe we won't finish the spooky area today, but we'll try and get a good chunk. I think I'll leave the scare maze for now, because that's like a really big building that needs loads of things on it. And let's get the queue line fencing all done for this ride. I think I'm just going to use this piece again, because it works really nicely as a fence for the entire ride, and the rest of the queue line is already fenced off by it. That'll be the first section, but what I always like to do is I want to start with the cattle pen part of the queue line. So it needs to go out to there. We will duplicate. Like so. Yeah, both of these need to be placed again, so... Why is it doing like that? Right, guess we'll do it slightly differently. And hopefully they should be the perfect distance apart, almost. I think that's the cattle pen section done. Just make sure it's all the same. I've got all the entrance bits just kind of hanging around there. We'll have to move those in a sec. Oh lovely, that part is not going to be fun to try and fence. Or maybe not. This part definitely won't be though. Oh, That's quite annoying. I was hoping it would be a little different to that. Let's head to the entrance. That will connect onto whatever our entrance structure is. What I was hoping would be to basically get a fence around that way. Oh no, another autosave. As expected. Let's just wait for that to clear up. There we go. Do one like that. Nice. Now just the other side, really. I also want to do like a custom lamp design that we can put into the pillars here. And I think if I'm clever with it, we can try and explain why there's so many of them in some areas. And we'll do that, and that's the rest of the fence around there. Well, actually no, I kind of want it to connect up to this. Like that. So that is all of this, and yeah, from here it's literally just going around the rest of the pathway. It's not quite joined up properly there. We'll just do that. Nice, that's the fencing. We've got some lovely Planet Coaster music in the background now. These I will move to here. Why is the rotation axis so annoying? Right, so those will go on the entrance structure once we do it. I don't want to do one of these though, it's too big. So basically all these extra poles I think we're going to try and explain with the lamps basically. That is a loud ride, wow. Okay, we've got the nice overhanging trees, which I really like, but I want to do a really big, thick tree and foliage line around the back here. But let's take a break from that and work on our pip shot thing, because yeah, I need a break from doing all of that. Cool. Nice. Let's see, the other thing I need to do is use these. Makes it look a bit more grounded. Where can I put an access door? Just realised. Maybe into the queue line? That might work. I basically want one fence going in that way. Oh, that sticks out the building. One fence like so. The other like that. Is it clipping? Of course it is. Oh, these are as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's lower them like so. And we'll do that instead. We'll spin this one around. This one's going to have to be slightly different because we need to use these. I think we'll go to about here. Let me just get a door. Just use the one I usually use, the firehouse door rear. I'm pretty sure one of the pieces for the haunted house is like a thin pillar. Yep, we'll use these. This is a door frame. No custom ones like on the pub. I feel like I can actually just move this one. Nice. And then I think what I'll then do is I'll grab this. I'll basically rope it off. Just like that. And then also using some terrain paint will make it look a bit more used. Lovely. Now we've got ourselves an access door. It kind of leads into the wrong part of it, but you know, realism's enough. I think the idea of it existing is enough. Unless you put it there. No, we'll just leave it there, whatever. I think it'd be kind of cool if we put a window in as well. Any nice windows? Very big windows. I don't think any of those really work. Now I wonder if I take this and basically lower it to there. It does look cool. I think all it needs is just one of these. Just let's see. do that. But I think around there is what we're doing. And then just do that. That look good? What do you think? This roof towers. You know, instead of that, let's try. Where's roof tower single? There it is. Let me just put the thing back in. Nope. What if instead I line this up? I've got the spot. I basically just we do have a bit of a problem, which is this. See, that is like the right level. That should have to be kind of there. But I mean, yeah, it doesn't look very good from the inside, does it? Or we could flip it around. Let's try that. That might work as well. Nope. Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to redo the pillars then. Actually. This should hopefully mean I can keep them all consistent. I think I like that. I'm gonna keep it like that. Yeah, now I need to put some more details on it. So this is our pip shop water. In fact, what we'll start with is doing a nice trim around the shop. Do that and this. Right there. That one goes there. In fact, let's do the long ones and have them go into the ground. And then actually to bring this down to be like that, and then I think I'll just use a basic shape to do the rest of the countertop. This seems too big. Yeah, I'll use the smaller rectangle. Just make sure it's like that. Go up to there. What colour should you make it? Not quite the colour I'm thinking of. Let's try and match the wood. Let's be more orange. That works. And the last one. do this and just stop the Z fighting. That. Cool. That looks quite nice. And I think we actually have the perfect spot here for a sign. And I think I know one that should fit quite nicely. Nice. What should we say? I'm trying to think, what's a theme thing we could say for water? Soul juice? We could change it to a Pip Shot juice stand and then call it Soul Juice. I don't know. Anyone got any ideas? Oh, I've just noticed this is now clipping into here. Also, no idea why I had two signs on there. Oh, okay, I just remembered. Yeah, this is two pieces. There we go, that's better. I've just realised, don't tell me every single one of these is. Oh, hang on. Oh no, I think I deleted the right one. Okay, we're fine. I don't know, I think we'll come up with a name at some point. I think with else I'm going to duplicate these as well down to there just to cover that up. If I bin this actually and just raise this. Yeah, that's... Oh, I forgot one. Oh. Eight, does that seem right? 1, 2, 3, what was it, 7, 8? Yes. We'll bring it up to about there, I think. Now it's clipping into the door. Sorted. And I think everywhere else is fine. Lovely. And of course it's not clipping inside. Oh yeah, we'll come up with a cool name for this later, I think. But up here, meanwhile, we got some nice detailing needs doing. First of all, I want to put one of these in. Just looks cool, you know. So put that in like that, I think. I think I'll then mirror it upside down above it. Like up here. And then I want to grab the jack-o'-lantern strings. Center those, bring them up. Cool. And what I usually do is I just make that black. Nope, wrong one. That, no, hang on. That one. There you go. Now they shouldn't emit any light. Starting to look quite nice. Let's see. I think for the front here, all we need now is just the name of the shop, which I can't think of right now. Also, can I lower these any further? Quite a bit, actually. That's good. See, what could we call A water shop in a spooky themed area. That one's has really stumped me. Yeah, I'll have to have a think about that one. Meanwhile, I will do some of the rock work just outside the shop here. Let's just grab trusty creosote bush. And let's put a dead tree in as well, just to help add to the atmosphere. Let's do a bit of a bigger one as well. Just need to see which. This is the branch I'm going to be careful with. That's too big, isn't it? One won't fit. I think we're going to have to go with 5. We'll do that like that, and we'll put a bigger dead one in just there. Nice. Just pull that out a little bit. So that all sorted. I think I am actually going to change this to a Pipshot juice. Cool. Because I've got a water stand here, but I'd imagine like almost anywhere in the park will be able to give you water. That's something I might actually put in these transition areas. I might put little water kind of spots. Or actually, maybe someone's done a water fountain. It's going to have to be a drinking fountain. Maybe it's a TMTK thing I can put around the park. Yes! This is the kind of thing we need, and it's hydro. And it's flexi-colour as well, that's nice. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. And that one, it looks good, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. Right, let's put some of these up. Fountain. What is this? Ah, I already got one, but this just, I think, looks better. Let's try to think of some logical spots to have them. Outside the first aid unit. Works. Can have a couple actually. I think the best spot for them is going to be kind of around food places. So you could put one between these here. Actually, these ones will recolour to be completely black. Should help fit in with the theme a bit. I'll whack another one just out there. Nice. Maybe one near the toilets. So they'd have the plumbing in place anyway. So that's that sorted. Got them outside the first aid unit. Right, let's recolour them a nice dark blue. Have a look around Buccaneers Bay. We'll definitely put some in here, I think. We'll just whack them right there. The coffee shop, we'll put it next to that. Let's put one at the exit of our launch coaster. Oh, this is a good place for a couple. Just kind of whack them in the corners. I'll just put one in there, I think. What other shops? I've got the pizza shop. I think that's fine. Let's make them a nice kind of brown colour. We'll go into Storm Valley. So toilets are here. So I'll put one in there. Trying to think of just kind of good corners. Yeah, a good spot. And then also I want to put one near one of the two grill places. Maybe we can put one just there. Nice. Main Street I'll do later. The gardens. I keep thinking these areas are finished and I'm like, oh no, I've got to add this. Let's see, we've got both the toilets for this area. They're here. So actually we've got a good spot to put one right there. There's a couple of food units here. Let's just whack one there. And I think we'll put another one. Actually, there's a nice little spot just there. That's 3 in that area. I think we should probably have one round up here as well. Let's see, is there just like a nice corner I can hide one in? Maybe next to the ATM. Nice. The adventure area will make them a nice beige, I think. Or a nice tan, I should say. I'm going off the Lego brick colours. Let's see, so the toilets are there. There's like benches everywhere, this is a nightmare. We'll whack them just kind of out the front there. How big are they compared to people? Oh yeah, it's the right size. We have ourselves June Delights. I think there's a good corner just there to put one. There's a couple more food places here. But we've got the one right there, so that's fine. Let's whack one here, I think, just around the exit of that. Oh, okay, the restaurant. You can just go and ask for some water in there, can't you? And I think last we'll put some in just here. Hello, Miss Barbara. Welcome to the stream. We are placing water fountains around the park. Not the most exciting thing. But we'll be going back to doing some more detailing around here in just a second. See what would be the best colour. Maybe like a nice dark purple. Nice. So yeah, as per, I can just buy the toilets because the plumbing is built in. Where are our food units around here? Got one here, so maybe we can put one just there. Put one next to the ATM, I think would be a good idea. And then we have a couple of food units here. Let's just whack it on the corner. Nice. And then finally I want to go and place them outside the first aid here. This is the park's orange, we'll use that. Put one there and one here. Oh, and actually we also got the city area, I keep forgetting about it. Let's do the nice park blue if in this case. Where are the area's toilets? I always forget. Did I not put any in this area? Where are they? Have I forgotten to put a toilet block in the city area? I may have. Oops. Let's see, where can I kind of... I know they're here. I didn't forget to put them. So we'll add one just off to the side there. And then let's see the food units. They're kind of all around, kind of all over the place really. But we then have 2 restaurants. So I think we'll put one in there. That can kind of cover that section. So 1, 2. So I'll put one more I'll do that last time when I finish off that section, because we've got 2 food units there, so I'll probably go somewhere around there. But I need to do the buildings first. So I'd say for now, that's all of our water fountains sorted. Let's see, let's go back to doing our spooky stuff. Let's start with this wall. I think really just a few cobwebs is going to do it for this. Let's add this in though, so it looks quite cool. Whoops. Keep spinning it too much. Nice. Let's get some cobwebs in. The scenery tab. Well, I've got wallpaper. Cobwebs, here they are. I think we'll just kind of put them. Oh, autosave. Perfect timing for one. Alright, we'll do that kind of like so. What can we put in this space here? How far are we in the park progress? Let's have a look. I like to say maybe 70-75%, but it's probably less than that, maybe 2/3. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be around 150,000 pieces once it's done. Let's see what are we at the moment. Good thing I'm doing this right after an autosave, because the game might crash. There we go. And finally, yeah, 101,000. So you're probably around 2/3 of the way done. Oh, that's a pretty bad lag there. But you still got most of the steampunk area to do. The entire Viking land. Probably this is half done, I'd say, because you've got the whole dark ride to do. Adventureland's pretty much done. Main Street is, I think actually there's only 4 more buildings to do on Main Street now, so that's getting close to being finished. Western area's done, Pirate area's done, Outpost Highway's almost done. Deadwood has the dark ride section and the sky ride, but this part's pretty much done apart from Spooky Station Gardens is done. Car park still needs lots of work, and then there's kind of all the trees around here really. Oh, and then whatever this is going to be, because it's a nightmare. Trying to figure out how that's going to look. So yeah, I think 2/3 is probably the best indication now. Yeah, well, I've got it somewhere here. July 2022 we started this. So we're nearly 4 years. 3.5 years now. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. And then hopefully once this is done we'll have loads of new pieces in Planet Coaster 2 and I can start a new Mega Park in that game. Let's see. What kind of regular simple theming can I put on? Maybe we can just whack one of these, couple of these on. The mark. Yeah. Let's see, we'll just whack a couple of these in. Some nice little wall decorations. Cool. So that's 2.5 sides done now. This one I think I want to leave blank for now, because I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. And then I've still got to do the second layer, which will probably just be some windows. Anyway, let's finish off this one here. I think I will copy this across. I need to put the staff only door in. Oh, hang on. It's got to be around there. I can't remember if it's just a no entry. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I think we can put a nice cobweb on the side here. One of the slightly smaller ones. That looks quite nice. Right, now what kind of spooky windows have we got? That's huge. That looks pretty cool, but I don't know if it would work. That is a really nice window though. Are they off? Just turn those off. That looks quite nice. I would just duplicate this around, I think. And then we'll put a few kind of background details in. That'll be the building sorted. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Spooky powers. Yeah, definitely. There's so many cool pieces for doing spooky stuff. I think the big one is like these roof pieces. Kind of all these various kind of jack-o'-lanterns. Just like there's so many nice pieces in this pack. What I tried to do with the park is kind of do like, you know, kind of not too many stupidly custom themes where you've got to do so much stuff with them, but try and kind of take a pack or a theme in the game and turn it into an area. So you've got the western area using mostly western pieces, pirate area using mostly pirate pieces. Outpost 5 is its own thing, but I'd say it's probably kind of closest to sci-fi. Got the spooky pack, the adventure pack. The city area and Farley Avenue are together are kind of like the World's Fair pack, and then you got the Viking and Steampunk lands, which are the only kind of custom themes, and then I guess the nature one is the gardens. That's kind of how I've done it. So can I put these there? Does that look good on? Kind of put them around there. That looks nice. How far are they? Kind of around there. I wish the coasters in Planet Coaster 1 were as smooth as the ones in Planet Coaster 2. I think the biggest example of this is Shipwrecked, which looks so smooth, and now it looks super rough. Thanks, Planco 2, you made all my coasters look really rough. Let's see, what else can we do here? Here we can flip. I'm just going to delete this for now, it's being annoying. Maybe I can flip this round. Yeah, that's nice. And then, of course, you've got to put some cobwebs in here. Let's see, I think here we'll put a slightly different one in, just to help break it up a bit. And we'll use... I mean, no one's ever going to see the one around the back, aren't they? So this one I'll do something different with. Like so. And then I'm literally just going to duplicate this one. If I can select it. What is going on here? There we go. 'Cause I mean, nearly impossible to see this one at the back anyway. So who cares if it just has the same cobweb? Where's my arrow? There it is. I think I need to pull the windows out a little bit. There we go. Right, and that's pretty much the building sorted. Nice simple tower. Cool. Wow, hour and a half already. And all I've done is do a building, some fences and this queue line. Half a queue line, I should say. See, I might actually just leave it there. Also, hang on, since when were the poles for this thing brown? How has that happened? They were grey. Oh, I forgot. I changed the colour for the ones in the spooky area to make it look like trees. Oops. Yeah, and the rest of the part they're grey. I made that change ages ago. How did I only kind of trick myself about it now? Right, okay. Let's just move on from whatever that was. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for today's stream. Let's just hop into Tejid. Oh, what have I done? I will not miss having to click Tejidcam for every single for everything in Planet Coaster 2 and just tap into it. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today's stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.